In the day's other news, the U.S. military said it killed at least 60 al-Shabab extremists in Somalia in an airstrike on Friday. It's the deadliest attack on the group since last November and part of an expanded U.S. operation since President Trump took office. Al-Shabab seeks to establish an extremist Islamic state in Somalia. Just a year ago, it killed more than 500 people in a truck bombing in Mogadishu, the Somali capital. In Afghanistan, officials say dozens of police officers were killed in overnight attacks by the Taliban. The first attack targeted a checkpoint in northeast Samangan province. The second struck the central province of Daikundi. The new violence comes just days ahead of parliamentary elections that the Taliban has vowed to disrupt. Several thousand migrants from Honduras resumed marching today through Guatemala, heading for the U.S. border and prompting a warning from President Trump. He tweeted that if the caravan is not stopped, then, quote, no more money or aid will be given to Honduras effective immediately. Most in the caravan are making the journey on foot. Many say they had no choice but to flee their home countries.
The reason for being part of this march is to be part of the American dream, to improve ourselves, again, for our children, for our family. We are motivated to migrate by the many shortages we face in our country.
Late today, the government of Honduras issued a statement urging people not to join the caravan. A separate migrant group made its way toward the U.S. border last April before breaking up. The Trump administration reports 66 migrant children who were separated from their families are still in federal custody. The information in a new court filing says the parents of 50 of the children have already been deported. The separations were initially part of the president's zero-tolerance immigration policy. China's Communist Party is defending the mass internment of Muslim minorities in the face of international condemnation. An estimated 1 million people are being held in camps in western China. But a party report says the camps are, quote, vocational training centers designed to bring people into the modern world. Former detainees say they were forced to denounce Islam and pledge loyalty to the party instead. A preemptive blackout in Northern California mostly ended today as high winds abated and wildfire dangers eased. On Sunday, Pacific Gas and Electric deliberately had cut power to 60,000 customers. It was the first use of a new policy to prevent downed power lines from sparking fires, and it brought divided reactions.
Getting word that it's going to be 48 hours to upwards of 5 days, it's ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I what to say. I'm dumbfounded.
I understand why they're doing it. Be safe than sorry. It's up to us now to deal with new normals.
The utility is already liable for billions of dollars in damages from destructive fires earlier this year. U.S. health officials report a spike in a rare, paralyzing illness that mostly afflicts young children. Acute flaccid myelitis can affect the face, neck, back, and limbs, but so far, the cause is unknown. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports 62 confirmed cases in 22 states this year. Another 65 are being investigated. Similar waves occurred in 2014 and 2016. Former California Congresswoman Mary Bono has resigned from USA Gymnastics just 4 days after being named interim CEO. It's the latest blow to the sport's national governing body after a sexual abuse scandal. Several leading gymnasts criticized Bono, partly over her past work for a law firm hired by USA Gymnastics during the scandal. President Trump today mocked the physical appearance of Stormy Daniels after a federal judge dismissed her defamation lawsuit against him. In a tweet, Mr. Trump called Daniels, quote, horseface, and said she, quote, knows nothing about me. Daniels has claimed an affair with Mr. Trump in 2006, which he denies. In a separate suit, she's seeking release from an agreement that paid her $130,000 not to tell her story. And on Wall Street, stocks fought back to recoup some of last week's losses on upbeat earnings reports. The Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped nearly 548 points to close at 25,798. The Nasdaq rose 214 points, and the S&P 500 added 59. Still to come on the NewsHour, questions remain over Saudi Arabia's involvement in the alleged murder of a journalist. How potential voter suppression could affect the outcome of the midterm elections. Rethinking college to reward passion over test scores, and much more.